It's been a while since I had this dream. In truth, I don't really have dreams anymore. This was the second worst nightmare to ever invade my sleeping mind. The first, I do not wish to share. It begins with me waking up in my bed, but I feel nothing. I can't breathe, I don't feel my heart beating, and I can't move. All I can do is move my eyeballs in short intervals to observe the ceiling. I lie there for at least 5 minutes, assuming that my body must not have woken up yet. After that time, I start worrying and focus every little part of my being to moving my neck to let me look at the rest of the room. I finally manage to do so after a strenuous struggle, and my efforts are rewarded, are punished, with a sight that will still be in my mind until my dying day. Within my vision are my feet, the foot of the bed, and the window, which was covered with blinds and curtains when I fell asleep, but no longer are. Everything had a surreal look to it, but every fiber of me was screaming that something was wrong. I had the gut-wrenching feeling that I was about to witness something horrifying, and it wasn't long before that feeling was fulfilled. Suddenly, the clouds started flying by, the leaves flipped off the trees and into the wind. Time seemed to be bending its knee for some unknown being, just to terrify me. And then, they appeared. It started with only one. He, I would just assume he was male from his size and shape, was standing on a hill a good distance from my window, staring straight at me. This sent a new wave of paralysis into me, and all I could do was stare back, my mouth agape. He was wearing nothing. His features were all smooth and completely pale white. No facial features, no muscle definition in the body, nothing. He tilted his head and then sped to the right, disappearing from the frame of my window, and out of my sight. And then more appeared. At least 50 of them had appeared. They all continued to blur past the window randomly, some choosing to look inside my window, others just whirring right by it. I started to feel a chill ravaging my spine and my thoughts. You're not going to make it through this, I thought. I was still frozen in place, praying for the sweet release of waking up, or dying. Either would have been preferable to the feeling these beings bestowed upon me. The last one appeared. He leaned his head around the door frame and looked me right in the eye. He could definitely see me, and he seemed to not be reacting at all. He was just like the others. He could warp from place to place, and then just sit perfectly still. I somehow was able to force myself up and over the side of the bed and onto the floor, where I scraped my knee, and turned around so I would not have to look at those abominations anymore. An instinct kicked in, and I hastily decided to violently bang my head on the wooden bed frame to wake myself up. For once, it actually worked for me. I awoke on the floor. My head and my knee were bleeding, but I ceased to care. I was still staring at my window, which looked the same as I had left it.